All right, so we're going to go into Revelation chapter 11, verse 11 today. Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai, Barakat Yahweh, Barakat Yahushai. All praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS that have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom on to the hopeful elect. All right, so we're going to just look at the 11th verse here in Revelation 11, and we're going to get precepts and scriptures that go along with this. So it says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Beautiful. And that's true. You know, what does this mean, man? Pretty much, at one point, the elect, we were in that low valley, pursuing to Ezekiel the 37th chapter. We were dead to knowing who we were and knowing who our power was. We were in a very dead state, which they call that a dry state. When you go into the scriptures, it says the dry bones. We didn't know who we were, right? So it's true, but that all changed when the Lord sent Elijah again. Elijah in the spirit is Elder Abba Bibbins, and we ended up waking up to the truth during the late 60s, going into the early 70s. That's when the truth came out, and it was pushed by Elder Abba Bivens. So he is Elijah in the spirit coming back, if you can see it. If you can see it, right? But that's when the truth started coming out, okay? It's documented. You have to go and look at the videos, the old highway videos, and you'll get a better understanding. That's where the truth came out. It came out of New York back in the late 60s, early 70s. So, yeah, man. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. This is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. That's right. So before the dreadful day of Yahweh Shem Shai. And that can be found in Revelation 6. That can be found in Revelation 19, verse 10 on down. That dreadful day of our Lord coming back through his son, which is Yahweh Shai. So we haven't reached there yet. So what does this mean? Elijah already came in the spirit, which is through Elder Abba Bibbins. Right? So you know, the truth is out here. The truth is out here. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere you go. And if you can receive it, then you will receive it. But if you can't, you can't. Verse 6, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. That's right. So basically, he's going to lead the children of Israel to the truth, which is to the law, statutes, and commandments, and to the Heavenly Father and the Son. And that starts with the name of the Father and the Son. The name being Yahweh, he is to be. That's the name of the Father. Yahweh Shai, he is the Savior. That's the name of the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Right? So yeah, he led us back to the Father, and he was set up to do that work, okay? Now, going back to Revelation 11 and 11, because I mentioned the dry valley, right? Because it says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Yeah, and pretty much we were a part of, or we were in the valley, and we were those dry bones. But the Lord, he woke us up out of that dead state. I'm just going to repeat myself. And pretty much when it says they stood upon their feet, it just simply means they woke up to the fact that they are the chosen people of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They woke up to the fact that, hey man, the Lord is really working with us and not working with the so-called white men and the other nations. Here it is, at one point you thought you were an African, you thought you were of another nation, you thought you were a son of Ham, when that's not the case. Now our people have woken up to the fact that, wow, we're really supposed to take over. And that's going to happen. That is going to happen. Now, I just want to bring some precepts out because we fell off as a nation, the elect. Everybody fell off. But the scripture said that we were going to fall off. When you go into Jeremiah 17, verse 4, we were going to discontinue for a period of time. Jeremiah chapter 17, let me pull that up. I think it's 17 and 4. And it says here, Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. That's right. And that happened in America. That happened in that valley. But yes, we discontinued from thine heritage. That word heritage, it goes along with, I believe it comes out of the word hereditary, which hereditary, when you break down that word in the etymology, it really goes back to your father, your lineage, because that's where you get your lineage from. It's from your father. So that's why you get the word hereditary, right? So we discontinued from our heritage. And simply, if you can see it in the spirit, we are our forefathers coming back. So yeah, we discontinue from our heritage. The law, statutes, and commandments, serving Yahweh Bashem Moshai, being priest, being kings, being holy men, being prophets. We discontinued from that, man. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest. That's right. So you're going to serve your enemies. You're going to be a slave. You're going to be a servant. And that happened over here in America to you so-called blacks, you so-called Native Americans, and you so-called Latinos. That happened to you, right? You serve your enemies. You serve the so-called white man. You serve the other nations. You served all your enemies that are listed in Psalms 83rd chapter. But who's at the top of that list? Edom, the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. The so-called black man, what you went through in slavery, that history, it's infamous, man. Right? And and everybody knows that white people were responsible for that. The slavery that took place over here in America, they were responsible for that. So anyways, it says here, thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Yeah, kindle a fire, a righteous anger. And the Lord told you, if you don't serve me, I'm gonna put forth all these curses. I'm gonna put all these curses on you. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 on down. Hey, when you go into those curses, slavery and captivity is a part of the curses, man. And that's a part of the Lord showing his anger. So you had to go through all those things. You had to discontinue. You had to go through slavery. But now we're coming back into the know. Now we're coming back into the faith. Now we're waking up. Let me get another precept. This is Proverbs. I believe that's Proverbs. I think it's 21. Oh, here you go, buddy. Time to go. See you later. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. Because, we are a part of that congregation of the dead. So it says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. It's true. So we wandered out of the way of understanding. So we left Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that's what sheep do, If they don't have a shepherd, they don't have anybody to guide them, they start wandering off, man. And we became lost sheep. And yes, we wandered out of the way of understanding. We went into the different doctrines, the philosophies of the other nations. We served other gods. A lot of us are Pan-Africanists. A lot of us are Muslims, caught up into the Nation of Islam, serving Allah. Some of us are even Hindus, man, right? So we wandered out of the way of understanding. So by default, we became the congregation of the dead. We were dead spiritually. We were dead. We weren't alive, like how Adam was alive back then in the garden. That's why when you read Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, he was actually alive, man. He was given the breath of life. This is Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, power, formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. That's right. You know why he became living? Because he had the law, statutes, and commandments. And through that, he was able to obtain dominion over the planet Earth. Dominion over everything. That's why he named the animals. That's why he was in charge of the whole earth. Because he had the law, statutes, and commandments. He had the truth. So we lost that, man. We lost that and we became dead. Right? So we weren't living. Now we are starting to live spiritually, because we have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, and etc. Right? Going into the scriptures, knowing who we are. So yeah. So anyways, also we can get Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. That also goes into that. We're spiritually dead too, but I won't bring that out. I want to get Ezekiel. Let's get Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. Right? So it says here, vision of the valley of the dry bones, the hand of Yahweh was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones. Yeah, and that valley is America, and it's a lowland. But that valley has another name, another alias that it goes by, and it's called the shadow of the valley of death. And that is America, man. America is the shadow of the valley of death, and we've died on this side, on this land. On this land, a lot of our people, we have died. Death is lurking at every corner. And really, that's a curse, man. When you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and I believe the 64th verse on down. That's a curse, man. You never know if you're going to survive the next day. Pretty much, man, your life is not guaranteed over here in America. Like Sonia Massey, man, she just got shot by a cop. Shot in the head, man. Shot in the grill. Just for moving a kettle off her stove, man. So that's what you Jakes go through. When the cops pull you over, you get PTSD. Like, oh shit, I might die. You Edomites, you don't go through that, man. You go through other things. You have other problems that you go through, but the curses are not on you like how the curses are on us. But soon that's going to change, pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. But you don't go through what we go through. And rightfully so, because it's not your time. It's not your time. It's our time to go through all these things. All right. So, yeah. Now, matter of fact, since I mentioned that, let me get Psalms 23. I love this Psalms. My mom always used to read this to me as a kid, too. This is a Psalm of David. This is Psalms 23, verse 1. But the point will be made in verse 4. It says, Yahweh the psalmist shepherd, a psalm of David. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. And what does a shepherd do? A shepherd guides the sheep, and he keeps them in order. Right? So our shepherd is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Starting with Yahweh Shai, but you know what I mean, man. But yeah, Yahweh Shai is our shepherd. And you know what? He sent other shepherds to be over us, to herd us and to guide us to the Heavenly Father. Like I just brought out Elijah. Elijah is a shepherd type too. He's like a shepherd. Moses is like a shepherd. Right? What did they do? They guided the Lord's people to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Right? So, yeah, man. It says here, Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. That's right. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. And, there's a saying, the grass is greener on the other side, right? And that's true, man. The grass is greener on the right-hand side. It is. Because the whole time we were on the left-handed side eating that brown grass or eating nothing at all, man, and not living good in the spirit. But now we got them green pastures, that green grass, that alkaline food, that chlorophyll, which are these scriptures, man. That's the truth. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. That's true. That's true, man. Look at all the journeys and things that we've been through. I'm talking about as a nation, when you go back into the stories. And yes, there's individual stories, but let's talk about the nation, man. Right? He led our nation down the path of righteousness for his name's sake. It's true, right? And the Lord, he gets glorified through us. That's why he put us on this earth, so we can glorify him and his name, so his name can be exalted. Man, look at the Exodus, man. Look at when we exited Egypt. Do you know how amazing that was? Do you know how amazing that was, man? That exit, that exodus, that mass exodus was legendary, man, and it is still legendary. It holds value and weight to this very day. Or when they read that story, they go, wow, I can't believe the Lord even did that, how he helped the Israelites like that. That's amazing. How the Red Sea was parted, how Pharaoh got destroyed, his chariots, how the plagues came and destroyed Egypt. Man, the Lord's name was magnified. And that was all through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai leading them down the path of righteousness to get closer to him, to become a better nation, become a better people. All at the same time, making his name much stronger in the earth. Right? I hope that makes sense. I don't know. But true. Anyways, man, let me move on. It says, verse 4, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And it's true. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So that's why I said that valley, which is America, pursuing to Ezekiel 37 chapter in the first verse, it has another name that it goes by, or alias that it goes by, which is the shadow of valley of death. The shadow of valley of death. The valley of the shadow of death. Yeah, man. So that is that valley. That is America to this very day. Okay. But I will fear no evil. That's right. You won't fear. You won't fear the bad times that are going to come. Because that's what evil is. You know why you're not going to fear? Because you're going to have the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai. And you know what that comes with? A hedge being over you. Matter of fact, let's get this one. Encampeth. This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. That's right. And that's why you're not going to have fear. Because you're doing the right thing and the Lord's going to put a hedge over you. He's going to send them angels to be around you, to protect you. Right? Because we don't fear the bad that comes out here. Like, we don't fear you people. We only fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai. Scripture says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So really, we're only supposed to fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai. We're not supposed to fear you people out here. Now, don't get me wrong. You people are strong, right? Esau has a military. You nations have a military. You got guns. You got weapons. But at the end of the day, the Lord can take you down and stop you from killing us. Hell, it could even get to the point where the Lord can make you be at peace with us. And the reason for that is because we're serving the Lord, right? When we serve the Lord, our enemies become very peaceful when it comes to interacting with us, right? Or dealing with us. So anyways, let's go back here. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Oh, my bad. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 1. And set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. Yeah, bones. It's our people, man. Our people are the bones. And caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, There were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. That's us. So we were of the congregation of the land. We lacked knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We didn't know who we were. Right? We were lost souls, pursuant to Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. To be a dry bones means you are of the walking dead. Spiritually. Remember the show with Rick Grimes, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. Hey man, the actual dead that's walking, that's actually you people that are lost out here spiritually, that are caught up into these different doctrines, serving devils and different gods and stuff. That really represents you, and the people that are living are the ones that are in the truth. I'm just going to say that, man. The ones that were living are the ones that are in the truth. And they're trying to avoid the congregation of the dead, the walking dead. When you look at that show, it's very spiritual. Now, anyway, since I said that, let's get Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. And it says here, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. That's right. So, hey, you wandered out of the way of understanding. You left the Lord and you went and served the gods of the nation. So now you're a part of the congregation of the dead. You're dead spiritually. Right? And now the Lord can't protect you, and now you're going to get caught up out here. Now, right now you're going to get killed. You're going to get lynched. You're going to get shot down in the streets. You're going to be last hired, first fired. Right? And that's all because you don't know who you are. You don't know who your power is. You can't call upon Yahweh Bashem Yoshai for him to deliver you. Right? So that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Yeah, man. So the dry bones are the nation of Israel. And they were brought really low to the point that they didn't know their nationality. So you were brought very, very low, man. Going back to Ezekiel, you were brought very, very low. Very low. And that's prophecy, man. That's prophecy. Pursuing to Jeremiah. Let me pull that up. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And it says, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage. Right? And that word heritage is synonymous with hereditary, which really that goes back to your fathers. And really, if you can receive it in the spirit, you are your forefathers coming back. Right? So yeah, we have discontinued from thine heritage, which is the old past, the old way of doing things, going back to the law, statutes, and commandments, serving Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, calling upon his name, being priests, being kings, being lords, right? Being shepherds, right? We lost all of that. We lost all of that. It's gotten to the point now where a lot of our people, they think they're African, or they're involved with Pan-Africanism. Like Dr. Umar Johnson. That guy's very intelligent. He's a doctor. He has the accolades. He has the credentials. He's very smart. He's well-read. He's learned. He knows how to survive in America. And he'll tell you some things. He'll tell you how to fight colonialism. He'll tell you how to fight white supremacy. But, those things are good, but that's not the solution. Right? That's not the solution. So even Dr. Umar Johnson, with all the credentials that he has, how articulate he is, how smart he is, he doesn't have any real knowledge or wisdom. He doesn't have true understanding. He can't help you. He can't do nothing. He can't do nothing. What is he going to do? And that's our people. They're caught up into all these different things, thinking that's the solution when it's not. And they're lost. All right, so they're lost. So yeah, a lot of people out here, they're caught up into Pan-Africanism. They're into Islam, right? They're Buddhists, Hindus, Hinduism. Hell, they're even caught up into modern day Christianity, the church, the modern day church, these mega churches. You have a lot of our people going to these mega churches, paying their money, and they're not learning anything. They're not learning anything. You won't learn anything when you go to church, man. Just gonna sing and dance and talk nonsense, man. Waste of time. But That's a part of prophecy, man. That's us discontinuing from our heritage. The real way of serving Yahweh Ba'Shem El Shai, we discontinued from that. And now we're cursed. We're cursed. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. And that happened to us, man. Many times in different captivities, but this captivity, this go around in America, North America, or America, which is that low valley, pursuant to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Right? We served in this land. We served our enemies. The number one enemy, the so-called white man. Because he led the charge for putting us in captivity over here. Yes, you other nations had a part in it, which makes sense when you go into Psalms 83rd chapter, because it says those nations that are listed, which are all the nations, they made a confederacy, and that confederacy was to take you down. Right? They came under one consent to take down the Israelites, so they all had a hand in taking us down, man. Right? So you so-called Negroes, you Judites, the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man, you experienced slavery over here heavy. And the Northern Kingdom, you Native Americans and you indigenous tribes, you caught hell over here, man. You lost your land. Your land was stolen from you. You were thrown into slavery. They gave you smallpox, which is really a form of biological warfare. They killed you, man. Right, so I'm going to read it again. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. That's right, you served your enemies over here, picking cotton in the field, and you're still serving to this very day. That's why you're given a driver's license. That's why you're given a social insurance number, a birth certificate, because you're really a servant, man. All those documents that I listed, man, that's not actually you. That's your straw man, right? That's your straw man. That's not even really you, right? But that just simply means, man, your state property, you're government owned. Kind of reminds me of that movie with Beanie Sigel and Dame Dash, state property. Man, those guys knew what they were talking about, man. State property, that really goes into you being locked up and doing a bid, and pretty much Esau, Edom, Uncle Sam is on your ass, and he can tell you what to do. Your state property, right? But anyways, that was an old movie that came out years ago. But state property, hey, that's no joke. That's you tribes. Which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Yeah, that's right. So, that anger that we're experiencing comes in the form of the curses. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 on down, goes into how we'll experience slavery, we'll experience captivity if we don't worship Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right? So yes, you experienced slavery, you lost everything, discontinued from your heritage, but now we're coming back, and that's what Revelation chapter 11 and 11 is going into. That's why at the very end it says, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw. And that's because we've awakened. Okay, we're awake. We're awoken to the truth, to who we are in the spirit. I said awakened, but yeah, same thing, but whatever. I said it differently. My bad. So anyways, let me get 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Right? So, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. True. Sound like General Gehenna. Just reading it over and over again. Read that again, brother. Read that again. I forgot the breakdown. Read that again. Read that again. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What is that, Ak? Read that again. Because he forgot to break down. But anyways, man, that's just a joke. I'm just playing. But for real, there was a falling away first. We lost our heritage. We fell away from the truth. And that started, or that really goes into the fall of Jerusalem too. When going into the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, when the Romans took down Israel, and we were scattered, and we were kicked out of our homeland. We were exiled, and we had to flee and go into the interiors of Africa or other places, other countries, or other nations. We were scattered, right? And we lost our heritage, man. We fell away. We discontinued. So this precept is just more proof on how we discontinued from our heritage. And then it goes a little bit more into the man of sin, which is the so-called white man, the Edomite, Esau, like Joshua, wasted away as he. And back then we didn't know who Esau, Edom is, but now we do. And that also pertains to Revelation 11:11. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Because now the so-called white man, these other nations are exposed for who they really are. Because this whole time, they were calling themselves the chosen, especially the so-called white man. And now the information's out there that he is not the chosen, and he's going into slavery. Matter of fact, let me get Jeremiah, what is it? Inherited. I know it's in Jeremiah. Inherited lies. Yeah, Jeremiah 16, verse 19. O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge, in the day of affliction the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Yeah, so they've inherited lies, and this whole time, generations upon generations, these Edomites have been told their whole life that they're chosen, that they're special, that God loves them. Even though they've done a lot of wickedness, and they have committed a lot of crimes against humanity, a lot of atrocities, they're still perfect and they're still precious in the sight of the Lord. That's a lie. And now they're waking up to the fact that they're really nobodies, man. They're really servants. And that they're going to go through what we went through. They're going into hardcore slavery in the near future. So, yeah, let me get, because there's a precept I was thinking about. Deuteronomy 30:7. That's one of them. There's another one. It may come back to me. But yeah, man, for the most part, you have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there's no profit, man. Oh yeah, I was thinking about Ecclesiastes 8. See if I can find it. Yes, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Right? And that also ties into the lies that they were told, the vanity, because they're not getting judged and they're not getting killed for all the crimes and atrocities that they have done onto the nation of Israel and to the world, to the other nations. They feel like they're chosen. They feel like God's with them. Oh yeah, God is with me, so now I can be even more evil. I can do whatever I want because God's with me now. I killed that nigger right over there. I locked him up. I took him away from his family. I lynched him. Right? I made sure he didn't get employed or whatever it is you devils do. Right? Whatever it is, right? Put him on death row. Right? Put him on death row. Because you didn't get judged in that moment, you think everything's good. You think the Lord's on your side, but that's not the case, man. That's not the case. Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai. That's right, and that's why you Edomites are multiplying right now. You know why? Because you're multiplied for the sword. That's in Job. I think it's Job 27. Yeah, Job 27. I think that's Job 27. Yeah, this is Job chapter 27, verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. And that's why you're getting away with your crimes. That's why you're able to continue on and procreate, have a family, build things up, build up these skyscrapers, pass things down onto your seed and things of that nature. And that's because the Lord is preparing you for judgment, for the day of destruction. You guys are reserved to be destroyed. So keep thinking everything's okay. Keep believing in all those lies. Your time is coming. But going back to Jeremiah 16 and 17, I'll read it one more time. Hold on, I have to type it again. Yeah, 16 and 19, yeah. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. That's right. Okay, so I just want to bring that in, because right now you have inherited lies, and you're set in your ways when it comes to continuing in your wickedness and believing those lies, even if the truth is out here. But when you get judged and when you see that all those lies are not real, now you're going to try and cleave and serve Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, but it's going to be too late, man. Your ass is going to be thrown into slavery, okay? You're going into slavery, and that's where you belong, man. That's where you belong, all right? And don't forget, man, them curses are going to come upon you. We get Deuteronomy 30 and 7. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. Beautiful, man. So yeah, all these curses, all the curses that are written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 on down, that's going to go on all our enemies, man. Like I said, all our enemies are found in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, starting with the nation of Edom. So you Edomites, man, you're going to be cursed. You other nations, you're going to be cursed. Now you're going to experience what we went through. And that was hell and back. Hell and back. You're going to experience intergenerational trauma. You're going to experience all these things in the flesh and even in the spirit, man. Hell, it's going to be to the point where demons are going to be on you, man. Satan. Because that's a part of the curses, man. Satan just being on us, man. Satan lurking. Right? So, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, and that's how the Lord set it up. So, going back to, just closing up now, going back to Revelation chapter 11, verse 11, simply, pretty much it's just going into how we were once dead and now we woke up. We woke up to the fact that we are the chosen people, and Esau and all the other nations are in terrible fear because Jake is waking up, and they have the truth, and now the lies are being taken down. So yes, man, that's the breakdown, so to speak, of Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. That's how you go into it. So with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect. Kwame Shalom, Abad Babal. Shalom.